Hey guys, how's it going? It's Shay and welcome to the Utmost Geek. Here is today's machine that we'll be looking at, and it's rather humongous. This is a Dell XPS 600 from the great year of 2005. Yes, quite a lot of things happened then, and this was one of the last things to come out of that year, and was ultimately replaced by those absolutely massive XPS 700 series, which were, if you might have seen them in pictures and things, but they were those BTX machines that were like the height of my Precision 690, and yeah, they were huge. I hope to get one of those one day, but this is good enough for me for now, at least. To explain where I got it a month ago from Facebook Marketplace from a guy who turned out to be a YouTuber, so that was fun. And it turns out that he made quite a few videos on this machine already, and I will link them in the description or something like that. Or maybe it's just his channel, so you can go check that out. But I bought it from him for £30, and it's here now. It was a bit of a drive, but I'm happy to have it. It is definitely not a normal sight to see in the world of used computers. So why don't we take a look around the exterior, interior, all of that goodness, and we'll see if it boots up and see what we can do with it, because this is actually the first Pentium D machine that I have in the collection, or even to use. I haven't used a Pentium D prior to owning this machine, and yeah, let's see what it can do. Alrighty, so looking at the front of the case, it is quite an unusual design. It does look similar to the other Dimension and Optiplex machines of this time. Unfortunately, I can't bring the ones down that I have right now, otherwise this little area would be quite full. But yeah, it does look similar to those, apart from it being tall, of course. I put the little 660S there as a comparison in for size, I guess. It is massive. Looking from the bottom to the top, we have a intake here. This is for your power supply. The power supply is actually, it runs through the from the front to the back. It is absolutely massive as well, and it also acts as kind of like a base for the machine. And just above that we have an intake for the machine itself, and then we have a light up Dell logo here, which looks like it's got some rust or corrosion going on the logo. Haven't seen that happen to anybody else's, but yeah. This panel here is made of aluminium, and it looks like it's ribbed, but it's not. It does look quite cool. There was a really striking version of this machine that was called the Renegade Edition or something. It was basically had flames and all sorts of cool stuff. There's pictures online, and if you just search it up, it really looks insane compared to this one. This one just looks a bit more boring and bland, but yeah, it is what it is. Behind this massive door here with the nice XPS lettering, we have a floppy drive, regular one, DVD rewritable, another blank expansion slot here. I have seen CD drives there or whatever, and an SD card reader, which is nice to have on a machine of this age. I thought it would not come with it, but yeah. The floppy drive does not work. It needs a clean on the on the lenses. I think it's just got a bit too much dust, and these doors, they usually tend to break, so I'm glad that this one is still with us. And I've seen the surface tag that was there. This one also breaks off as well. It's quite loose already, but we have headphone jacks, USB 2.0, 2 ports here, Firewire 400 I believe that's called. Was it 800? I can never remember, to be honest. And underneath that we have, you see those little numbers there? That's for the Dell diagnostic lights. They're really handy to have, and I wish more machines had a variant of that, like HPs and stuff. It really does help, single out the issues when should you have a power up issue or anything like that, RAM, all that stuff. And apart from that, we have the nice squishy power button with the XPS 600 logo there. Other variants, if I remember correctly, there was a XPS 400 as well as a Gen 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lots of different models, but they all pretty much had Pentium 4s or the Pentium D, which this one has. You can see where the stickers would be. Just unfortunately, somebody's taken them off. Not too much scratches on this one either. Oh yeah, and there's the hard drive light at the top there. And let me turn it on its side, like that, and we'll see what's on there. Looking at the side of the machine, it looks kind of strange. On the camera, it looks a bit like it's pointed upwards, but in person, it's not that bad. Oh well. But yeah, I digress yet again. It's a pretty bare side, but surprisingly, we have our information stickers on this side and not on the other side. We have an XP professional sticker and the information sticker, which, if I can try and see from back here, it says Made in Ireland, it's multi-voltage, and it's got a date code of June. I'll try and zoom in that in a bit. I think it was June 6th, 2006. No, sorry, June 1st of 2006. Yeah, it's one of the last ones, basically. And not too much scratches or anything. And that big disc thing there is the handle to open the case. But yeah, pretty nice looking. The aluminium on the Dell logo there, it's not real, it's just some, I don't even know what it is, but it's scratched up already, so yeah. Let's turn it to the other side. Here's the less pretty side. It's got more scratches, but it's got some feet on its side, so you can lay it down, which is kind of odd, but yeah, I guess it's handy when you're working on the thing. And yeah, that's all there is. I'll show you the top at the end, but let's look at the back first. Here is the back of the machine, and yeah, it's rather different looking. We have two 80mm fans there. That's for the CPU, and there's a bit of extra ventilation for the VRM and all that stuff, but there's nothing up there at all. It's just wasted space, really. For ports, we have serial PS2 ports, no parallel, but I guess nobody was really using a parallel printer with a machine like this. We have Firewire again, 5.1 or 7.1 audio, which is nice. That is the motherboard audio. It's a Realtek chip, if I remember correctly, which is rather strange because Dell machines of this era used to come with the SoundMax chips or whatever it was. Don't really remember. Sigmatel, I think, was the brand. All of my other Dell machines of this era have that, but this one is different in that sense. So, USB 2 ports, and that's 6 of them there. Gigabit Ethernet. We have a graphics card, and that's not the original graphics card. The seller gave that in because the original graphics cards, of which I have 2 here, are actually dead. These are GeForce 7800s, I believe, but unfortunately they really just don't work. They try and plug them in. I've tried them in different machines and everything. They just don't want to work, so that's sad. But that's why we have empty spaces there. We also have this lovely creative X-Fi sound card there. It's a really good card, and it's got some pretty good playback to it. And I wish I could demonstrate it to you, but you know, copyright and stuff. What can I say? We have a bit of ventilation here too for the graphics card area, and underneath that we have two little 16mm fans for the power supply, which makes some funny sounds, I will say. There's a bit of corrosion here, and corrosion is a theme we'll be seeing, unfortunately. At the front of where the power supply intake is, that's pretty rusted, so that could be why our graphics cards are not working with us. Oh yeah, let me show you the top quickly, and then we will look at the inside. Here is the top, and it's a rather funny shape of case. I mean, like, what is this contour here? Could they not make a straight regular square? In actual fact, I think the case ends like here, and this is all extra plastic, so yeah, see that overhang there? But yeah, this ventilation here, it's for the CPU. It does make a difference having it, otherwise it would probably just take some warm air from the rest of the inside. And thankfully the cooling solution for the CPU does work pretty well. But yeah, let's open it up and then I can show you that better. Alright, so here's the inside. I apologize for the angle, but I will turn the machine round to better show you stuff. Starting from the top left, apologies if my voice sounds a bit weird as I move around, but here we have the CPU cooling solution, and it's again those two 80mm fans. It's really quite substantial. Underneath you can see the tower cooler here, which is normal sized, I mean in today's standards at least, but yeah, it's good enough for the 135W Pentium D-950 chip that we have underneath. And it's one of the is such a hot chip, honestly. That runs hotter than my it's got a higher TDP than my Ryzen 9 5950X, which is funny. That's the CPU in my main machine. We have our Northbridge heatsink here, which is pretty massive. I haven't seen a Northbridge heatsink that big, apart from my custom gaming machine, that Q9 550, whatever it was. But yeah, pretty beefy fans there. Underneath we have some capacitors here. I know a lot of them have been replaced by the previous owner, which I'm thankful to him, because I'm terrible at soldering. Seriously, I can barely do wires and stuff. Board level things like this is still not something I can do. We have our CPU power, which is strange because it's kind of like Mon ones, where it's an 8-pin socket, but instead we have 2 extra pins there, probably for ground or if anything. But apart from that, this connector looks normal. The I think it's 24-pin ATX, but yeah, that's all pretty good. I would like to test the power supply, but I am going to have to check the pin out before I do that. I don't want to break anything. For RAM we have DDR2 533. It's the fastest speed that the motherboard supports, and I think it's the fastest the CPU also supports, but I could be wrong. The chipset on this motherboard is a Pentium D9... what am I saying? Sorry. NVIDIA Enforce 4 SLI, that's what it is. I didn't know chipsets could be CPUs as well. Yeah, the sleepiness is getting to me already. But yeah, it's an SLI board, and that's why you can have 2 cards there. We have two PCI 16 slots here, and the graphics card that's in here is only a Radeon X300. It was originally offered with this machine, so I guess it's kind of error correct in a way, but it's really quite like funny to see it in here. It does hold it back in terms of performance and everything, and yeah, this bracket here is broken too, so gotta look for a replacement one. Unfortunately, you can't even put screws in here to keep stuff in place, so whenever I plug in something I have to be a bit careful, otherwise could knock something. We do have a ×1 slot, you can kind of see it there, so that's cool. Apart from that side, there's three PCI slots here. We have SATA down here, which I'm hoping you can see. No, you can't really see that, can you? I'll have to spin it around, but these capsule chains, this is for the floppy drive IDE, one IDE only, because of the 4 SATA ports. There's a little button here, which I don't know what it does. I did try pressing earlier, nothing happened. But yeah, we have GPU power, 2 6-pins here, so 650 watt unit. It's got plenty of power. Let me just turn it around a bit so we can show you the rest. That's better. Now you can see the bottom of the motherboard, and you can see those SATA pins, the SATA ports there. The multicolored cable here is for the fan, which is up there. I can show you that. That black thing there, black plastic housing, whatchamacallit, that's for the graphics cards and the hard drive, because, you know, Dell engineers thought it would be a good idea to make a blower fan, well, make an axial fan like this, a regular fan that spits out that way, into a blower fan type thing, which didn't really work out well. At least the graphics cards do kind of stay cool thanks to this card fan here too. So yeah, that's good. Under this green box here is where the hard drives are. We have one in there currently, and there was another one which I can just get for you right now. This current one is a 250 gig. I think it's a Western Digital, or is it Seagate? One of those two. And the hard drive, the other hard drive, is this 250 gig Samsung one. I've taken it out because I think it might be failing. While I was using and updating this machine, it just spun up and spun down, and yeah, not good. But at least this one works, and we see a lot of ventilation and all that stuff. You can kind of see the RGB chip down there, kind of, but that's about it. These are all regular parts that I have in stock and everything, so should any of these break, which they do, plastic is getting pretty worn out, and even so that this fan here was flopping around until I put some blue tack down there. You can kind of see it there. So that is a big issue, as well as the fact that this motherboard, for some reason, move the camera down, good, and so now you know what I'm talking about. This motherboard does not remember its CMOS settings, and that's probably because somebody has, in a previous time, maybe, I won't say it's the previous owner, but I think what happened was somebody put the battery the wrong way and fried the CMOS time circuit. So that's not good. I've done a BIOS update and it does successfully do that, so I'm glad that works at least. But it doesn't remember the date or any of the BIOS settings, or even its own service tag, which I haven't seen before. So if you guys know how to fix that, please do let me know. I know it was troubling the previous owner quite a lot in his videos. He tried many times to find why that was, but yeah, it's a shame really. The battery it's got full voltage. I have tested it multiple times, but yeah, I just don't know why it is like that. But anyways, enough blabbering. Let me close the lid and we'll hook it up to a monitor and see what it has in offer for us. I don't expect too much from, actually, I will keep just saying beforehand, this card here, it is not a good card. So we won't be doing too much in terms of intensive usage, but yeah, let's see what happens, I guess. Alright, so I've got everything hooked up. We have our little square 4x3 Dell monitor here. It's turned out to be quite useful, if anything, and hooked this up just to give that poor old graphics card a break. I did receive this with the machine. It's a little Logitech wireless mouse keyboard combo thing. It seems to be new, so I don't want to, unwrap it unnecessarily, but let's turn on the machine. Don't have any audio hooked up, so I do apologize about that. I'll show you the BIOS quickly. It's just your regular standard BIOS, and yeah, you can see that's not good, is it? No service tag or anything. Day and time, I set that up earlier, but yeah, not good either. All regular SATA, no AHCI or anything. Smart reporting we do have, and I have turned it on. That's our boot sequence. Nothing to see here. Integrated audio is off. Yeah, oh, this is kind of funky. I'll just pan the camera over for a second. If you see that front LED, it changes color, but only through the BIOS. Oh, hang on a minute. There we go. Amber, emerald, ruby, amethyst, topaz, and diamond. I quite like topaz. We'll keep that for now. But it's a shame that you can't really control it through the software, like through Windows. But oh well. Early RGB is cool and all. And that's about it. Nothing else apart from the event log, which is just, CMOS errors and things, and a couple of fan errors where it wasn't plugged in. A couple of things weren't plugged in when I first received the machine, but that's all sorted now. So let's boot into Windows, and I did put Windows Vista in it for funsies. I actually went through all of my machines and I put Vista on like 2 or 3 of them, like the Packard Bell and stuff, and it seems that all of the machines that I have done it to, they are much more happier now compared to running 7 or whatever it was that they were previously running. So yeah. Alright, so I've got everything open here, and just looking through hardware info quickly, you can see the speed and the amount of cache and all that good stuff here. Not too many supported instruction sets, but what do you expect for something so old? That's our base clock speed, like I mentioned, 3.4 GHz, you saw in the BIOS, 130 watt TDP, and 65 nanometer process. It's a Presla, which means it's the one of the last Pentium Ds that were made. You can see our chipset that I mentioned earlier, the BIOS version, date of that BIOS as well, and our RAM sticks. All the 2 are named Melco and 2 are unknown, so that's funny. And our GPU here, which is one of these. I don't know why they classify them as one thing, but I guess they really are. And 128 megs of VRAM fun. SD-RAM VRAM, by the way, not DDR2 or anything, so we're in for a ride, folks. And of course, Windows 7. No, this is Vista Ultimate, not 7. But if we look at our sensors here, can't see any temps or anything, so typical Dell things. There's a fan control thing here, but be sure you know what you are doing. You're responsible for anything. I don't think we'll give that a try. The fans in this thing, they don't spin up or anything. They just stay at this speed unless you hold the power button, and then they go absolutely crazy for some reason. Here's our Windows Experience Index, and I did try this, but it keeps showing this. Yeah, just doesn't work. Used to work earlier, but I don't know why it's doing this. 3.1 for graphics, regular. That was gaming graphics. Regular graphics 2, memory 5.4, processor 4.9, and the hard disk at 5.9, which I'm surprised is the highest. But yeah, and here are the details of that hard disk as well. Low power on counts, which is good. 5,900 RPM, which is I haven't seen that before. It's a funny speed. Quite a lot of hours. But that's probably why it survives. It's the when a hard drive has lower power on counts, it usually will end up being able to have a nice healthy life, which is good. And of course it supports smart and all the regular stuff. So yeah, that's good. Let me open up Super Premium over there, and we'll see how it does with regular use. And we'll also try a DVD for the heck of it. And well, here we are, just browsing the internet here. It does take a while to load pages up, but that's either my internet or it's just the CPU being slow. I can try and show you the task manager here. There are often times where the CPU just ends up, like that. It really struggles. But that's the beauty of the Pentium D, I guess, and I can try and show you that where this machine is in the timeline. Here it is. Former flagship model of the XPS series. So yeah, and that's where it started, and there were all of these different models. There's also, there you go, see, Gen 2, Gen 4, whole bunch of different models. But if we open YouTube up here, which takes a bit to load. Ah dear. Yeah, it does this no matter what. I've tried it on my fast internet. It's just, yeah. Let me see here. I can try and I can actually. I'll show you. I'll just leave a link to that. Never mind. I was going to show you the channel of the previous owner, but like I said earlier, I'll just put a link in the description. But let's see if it can play a video. And it looks like it's doing it at 360p. Oh gosh. Yeah, it's not great. Like I said, it looks to be quite snappy, even though that the CPU is pegged at 100. Just running this video will definitely turn this room into quite a toasty room. And yeah, the air out of this thing, it's not really hot at all actually. Despite it being an absolute heater, I find that the power supply puts out quite a lot of heat. It's making a buzzing sound too, so that's not good. But anyways, let's try Nova Bench and DVD as well, for the heck of it. and then we'll start with the games. Okay, so I'm convinced that we have some sort of virus on this thing because it doesn't like to do Nova Bench anymore for some reason, so yeah, oh well. But to give you an idea of what score it used to get, it was around 350-ish, somewhere slightly lower than that, which it's okay, and what can I say, it's alright. I wouldn't have expected anything higher. In reality, I actually expected something lower, but it is what it is. Okay, let me get my DVD out and try see if we can play it. I'm pretty certain we'll do that. In proper Dankpods fashion, what better movie to try than Shrek? Oh my god, and we don't have Shrek 1, we have Shrek 2 as well. So, let's stick Shrek 1 in it and see if it will do something. I'm pretty sure the DVD drive works on this, but you never know with these old machines. Let's see. Will it spin up? Oh, looks like it's working. Let's see. Try with VLC first. What? What is going on with this machine? Honestly, I think it's definitely something is not right. We used to do everything perfectly fine till I started recording. Actually, I might do it now. Come on. Gotta get a bit of Shrek. Come on. There we go. It's up to speed. English. Play. Oh yeah. Give me one. Let's see if it actually does it. The answer is yes, it plays Shrek just fine. Oh my god. And it doesn't look like it's lagging or anything either, so that's perfect. Looks like it does have some use. So, yeah. Passes the Shrek test. I should probably do this with my other machines. Especially some of my more, potato machines, if anything. But anyways, enough messing around. Let's try some games, finally. First up, Mafia, like usual. And, we're just running at 1280 by 1024. Just like the monitor's resolution. And... okay. We'll try medium first. I don't expect much, so let's see. Okay, hello? Oh, it actually plays it smooth. Wowee. Push him into the bowl. Actually, it does not, it's not doing too bad, if anything. Actually, there are some lag drops, so lag spikes, I mean, but it's not the worst thing, and at least it's not on low settings. It's quite enjoyable, actually. When I do play this game on widescreen, it does struggle a bit more. I've tried as low as like 1440 by 900, but it doesn't like it. It really doesn't like it. This graphics card is definitely holding the system back, but that's it. That is to be expected. I'm just still not sure what I should actually get for it, because there's a point with these Pentium Ds where it'll just start to bottleneck whatever you put in it, so I need to find the perfect balance. Maybe I'll just find another GeForce 7800 or something like that to stick in it. Maybe that'll fix, be the perfect match. I don't know. But anyways, on to the next game. Okay, Half-Life 2. Let's see. Video. Everything on low, just like it should be. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh my goodness. this cutscene. Oh dear. Even the cutscene looks like it. We're oh gosh, that is not good. Yeah, this card would definitely be better off in something a bit older than this. Perhaps maybe even a Pentium 4 machine or something even worse. I don't know. It is not good at all. Oh my, this is... I think even a GT210 would slap the hell out of this thing. But, let's see. Will it get better? Flashbang. Not really. I mean, it's playable. It's probably less than 30 FPS, or if anything. It's, you know... Let me skip a bit forward to that plaza area and we'll see. Okay, so, yeah. It's laggy. That's all I can say about it, really. It doesn't look good at all. I mean, on this monitor you can't really tell anything, really, but you get my point. It should be doing much better at this resolution, but look at that. I mean, you know, that's just... You can kind of read it. But, yeah. Okay, on to the next game, I guess. Okay, next up, Flight Sim 2002, as usual. We can try, let's put it on medium, and yeah, fine, whatever, we'll give it a, actually, we'll put it on high just for the sake of it. I think it'll do it just fine. Oh, maybe I actually did that previously. What was it on custom? I actually had some settings set up for it earlier and I completely forgot about that. Whoopsie daisy. Oh well, let's just do it like that and put it at day so we can see something. Okay, let me load in. Here we are in the game, and of course it runs pretty smooth at this resolution, at least. Sure, if we bumped it up to it's fine. If we bumped it up to 800 by 600, it would probably do a bit worse. I doubt we'd even get 1280 by 1024 out of this thing, but we can actually try that. Give me 1 second. This is 800 by 600, and again, doesn't really change. Didn't really change much. I mean, doesn't really seem much more laggy than it was earlier. And at least the game doesn't look sparse or anything. I know this game it is a bit taxing on the CPU, so oh yeah, actually I'll tell you what, it does lag a bit. Oh, we're stalling. What? There we go. My bad. My flying skills have degraded since the last video. Well, yeah. It's playable for sure. I'm sure if I had my previous settings on, it would do even better. But anyways, let's do the final game, which is San Andreas. Oh well, looks like San Andreas doesn't want to cooperate with us. I definitely think something is bugged with this installation. Either it's Windows or the game itself, but I've had issues like this previously, so might not be the machine. I guess that's about it. The other, I guess, it does play Entify and other things like that perfectly fine, so that's cool. And I will show you this thingy real quick. The control panel here for the sound card. Actually, I'll do that later. But basically, it's got this fancy doesn't want to open. Lol. Anything? Does it? Yeah. I don't know why it's acting up on video. It really doesn't do this very often. Maybe it's I don't know. System instability. Oh, there we go. Finally. It's got a whole bunch of features and things, EQ, and keep that on. These two work pretty well. This basically restores any audio files, so when you have compression, like file compression stuff, it kind of reduces the audio quality. This basically restores that, and it does work quite nicely. This one, I forget what it does really, but it's kind of like a 3D sound effect type thing before Dolby Atmos and the like of that stuff, basically. And I really think the system is struggling right now. What is going on? Well, the CPU is pegged. Why? Yeah, there's a whole load of... Hang on. Let's end that, because that's not working. Freaking San Andreas. Yeah, there's a whole load of things going on right now. I don't know if that's to do with any of the audio stuff, but I don't know. You can see there's other things here too, and it's all quite fancy really. It is not the original drivers, because the original drivers, well, they resulted in this thing actually clipping audio and jumping and just not working properly. That was also to do with the chipset. I had to move it from the bottom PCI slot to a middle one, and that seemed to have fixed it. It was something to do with its assignment, I believe. Yeah, see how it's not digitally signed? It's not from Creative. So, yeah. And that's about it, guys. The only other thing I will show you quickly is when I shut down the machine, it does a funny thing where it'll just show this. Oh, didn't do it. What? It will show like a message about something called noti man.exe. It's stating some sort of error, and apparently that's to do with the audio, but I don't know, man. It's just funky sometimes. So yeah, that's it. There we go. We're shutting down the machine finally. And I guess we shall end the video now. It's definitely long enough by now. Let's see who made it to the end. Alrighty guys, I hope you enjoyed looking at this one with me. I know it's quite annoying to see the issues that it has, and well, maybe there's a way to fix them. Or I know like the broken plastic can be just 3D printed replacements could probably be made, but that CMOS chip, I don't know. I know the previous owner talked about like possibly replacing the BIOS chip, and while that is still possible, I think it's more to do with the actual time circuit itself. There's a little quartz like chip thing on the motherboard. You might have seen it earlier, and in theory, if that could be replaced, maybe that'll fix our issue. But I don't know, guys. Please feel free to let me know on some ideas on how we can fix that. But it's alright, I guess. Even if it forgets all its BIOS settings, I already have a few machines that are like that, just because I'm too lazy to get the batteries replaced. Those are laptops. On machines on actual towers like this, it's much more easier to get the battery replaced. But I digress. Please feel free to share what you guys think of these machines, and if you had one of these back in the day, share your experiences. I would love to hear. And yeah, hopefully I will see you in the next one. And as usual, nobody will force you to like, subscribe, whatever. We don't do that on this channel. But yeah, bye for now, guys.